I'm so sorry. I always get fucking nervous. Okay.
I'm like nervous.
This is like my 10th time I'm doing this, and I still get hella nervous. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Hey you guys, welcome back to Across the Tongue podcast. This is your girl Leilani. So I'm here with two very special guests. I'm here with Rebecca and Yesenia.
Hi guys.
So how are you guys doing today?
Good. I'm fine. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Yeah, totally. So the reason why we're here today is we're going to be spilling tea about men. So before we get into the questions, I'm going to ask you. I actually picked out some complaints that I got on my Instagram that I put on my Insta story.
Sweet.
So the first one, these are just a few. So the first one is going to go to Yesenia. So the first complaint is men being too masculine and always afraid to be soft. What do you think about that?
I think it's not bad to be soft.
Mm-hmm.
It just, there's a point like, okay, like don't be too soft, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
still have to be tough. I think a guy still has to be like, you know, like a man,
Mhm.
but soft with his woman, but not like, oh, like, you know, like,
Yeah,
you know
like,
what
so
I mean?
there's a difference like
There's-
being soft and
there's a
too
time
soft, yeah.
limit.
Exactly
Mhm.
that. There's a time in
There's
the
a
moment
time
for
limit.
everything
Yeah.
to be, you know, cute or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Also with feelings. Like, don't be scared to be
open with it.
open with
Yeah.
a certain person because you're getting to learn that person.
Yeah.
Sure. So this one's gonna go to Rebecca. The next one is sometimes men are compulsive liars to cover up about their life and try to be seen, I guess you would say, cooler, that their lives are amazing. So what do you think of that?
That's popular. Like,
Very, yeah.
Very popular. I know a couple people who were just very like, oh, I'm this and I'm that, who portray this person who they're like on social media, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you meet them in person and they're
And
just
they're not
like,
like that.
oh, so quiet. So
They're like totally different, yeah.
oh, like that's literally just like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry. But I think it's way too common.
Mhm.
Just don't be scared to be yourself.
True.
You have to be yourself because how am I supposed to learn about you or how am I supposed
Get to know you better
get to
and
know
like
you better?
yeah, exactly.
You're lying online and you seem pretty cool and then I meet you and your music taste sucks. Like,
I feel like that's bad to start off with a lie because then everything else is gonna
Is
be
a
a lie
lie.
throughout.
it's like,
exactly.
I met you with a lie. What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
there you go.
Exactly. So the next one is for Yesenia. When men don't know the difference between cockiness and confidence, is there a huge difference?
There's a huge difference.
Yes.
I think cockiness is like you literally brag about everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then confidence is you just have it, and you like you know that person is confident.
Yeah.
Like, they don't. If you're talking to that guy, and then you know you have a guy friend, he's confident that you're not that. You know that guy isn't
Yeah.
gonna commit
He's-
between. There's a difference.
Yeah, 'cause-
Cockiness
yeah.
is like, oh, I have a freaking brand new car. Like, let me just like show it off. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's cockiness.
Okay. And then for Rebecca, so this is rejecting a guy. Most of the time when I reject a guy, they insult me. Like, what the fuck?
Insecure fucks.
No, because actually, well,
offensive.
yeah, because it happened to me where a guy asked me, like, I tried to ask me out and stuff, and I
Yeah.
said, like, oh no, blah, blah, blah. He's like, fuck you, bitch, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay.
I said no, thank you.
I said, like, no,
hell?
thank you. I thought I was being nice, but I mean,
I feel like for guys who are like too cocky,
Again, we're
yeah, I
going
think
back
it's
to
something,
that.
yeah,
to that
I think
question.
that's too, yeah.
because they'll be like, oh, like you're so pretty, you're so cute, you're so nice, blah, 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 let me take you out, and it's just like, no, thank you, like I'm good right now, but
Yeah.
thank you, you know. But then there's some girls who are like, ew, no, like you can't be like that either.
Yeah,
but
they can- yeah.
sometimes it's just like, oh no, like no, thank you, and
Like,
they're like,
I'm
well,
okay.
what the fuck you then, and it's just like, oh, what the
What
fuck?
the fuck? Dude, like,
I
yeah,
said no,
yeah.
thank you, like no, I'm
Like,
good,
you're being nice about it, and like, dude,
I know
come
he
on.
has like 10 other people to hit up, so
I
it's
know.
like, why can't you just go ask someone else? Like, I
Yeah,
said,
no,
thank
that's
you,
so
continue
true.
on with your day. Like,
I think it goes back to that, yeah, to being
Insecurities.
confident. He's
Yes.
not confident. He like asked you, and you like turn
'Cause
him
you, like,
down, and
bruise
he's
the
like,
ego.
wow, like,
Yeah, I feel like that's like a different kind of person. Like
Yeah.
what you're saying, like it brings it back. For someone that's confident, I don't think they would never say something
Yeah.
like that to compare to someone so
To-
cocky.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I totally
Mhm.
agree.
It's
So-
next. Good job.
So the next one is Yesenia. So, men who treat their cars with more respect than us. Do you believe that, or do you think?
dude, that is so annoying. Like, I hate guys that all they post is their car, or you know, like they think their car is gonna bring girls.
Mhm.
Only ugly guys do that.
I don't know shit about cars. It makes you think
I don't.
I don't care about what kind of car a guy drives. Like, I'm gonna talk to you.
The
if
real
there's
question
something
is, can you change your oil by yourself?
Can you change the brakes by yourself?
I'm impressed by that. But,
that's true. I mean, a lot of guys think, I have like a brand new, like, they have a Mustang or a Camaro. Everybody has those cars. Like, I don't get it. It's not cool anymore.
It makes them like typical and stuff like that. It's like a major turn off. Do you guys think that it is for you guys?
Yeah. I don't care about the car, honestly.
You care about the
about the person.
Yeah.
Like, if you're cool or whatever.
But if you show off your car way too much, I'm just like, not interested.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So the next one is the last one. So this one goes to Rebecca. Trying too hard to impress you, like bragging about themselves and only themselves. So it kind of, I think it brings back to...
Those are stuck up people. Like, I really don't care. At the end of the day, it's just like I'm saying, like...
You guys have a napkin?
Whoa.
At the end of the
day, it's just like, I really don't... you have to... I'm impressed by... I don't know.
What impresses you most? Like, what do you think, like, a man, like, a guy should have to, like, impress you?
I think
it's a great conversation. Like, you guys have to connect with something.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when a guy,
tries hard to have a conversation.
Yeah, like, hey.
Like, for example, like, if you post selfies or you post, like, adventures, like, with your friends or whatever, and then they message you, like, I've been there, and it's just like, okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, awesome. And they're like, how many times have you been there? And it's like, I'm not going to have a conversation with you. Like, I'm with my friends, like, just leave me alone. And then they get mad, like, you didn't reply, and it's just like, there's no conversation.
Yeah.
So, say, example, like, I post a song, or I post a picture, it's like, I've been there a couple times, cool, like, I like that band, cool. And then it starts from there, like, that's how you learn about a person. So, just, I don't know, just don't be so, like,
full of yourself. Yeah.
Because then it's like, I want to talk about myself too. Like, I'm pretty cool.
You're trying to get to know
You're
me
into
too.
yourself, so I really don't, whatever. Don't focus on yourself. It's gross. It's gross.
So that is all for complaints. Now we're going to go into the real questions and spilling tea about men. So, fuckboys. I mean, I think you should be dealing with like one fuckboy in your life, or maybe more, who knows.
Many.
But you've met one at least. So, have you guys dealt with any fuckboys, and what are your guys' stories behind those?
We have. We've actually had...
I got tea with this.
We've had the same guy hit us up. Maybe, maybe first her and then me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's like, if everybody knows we're friends.
Yeah.
You know?
I have a serious question.
Like, men really believe that we don't communicate, and I'm not going to be like, hey, dude, like, this guy hit me up. Me too. Like, okay? Like, come on.
Do you think we just sit there and twiddle our fingers and it's just like, she's not going to tell her friend that I also hit her up. And it's just like, no, I'm honestly going to like, look who, like, messaged me. And then you're like, oh my God, he messaged me too. And it's just like, you don't do that, like...
And they usually, like, we're talking about the same thing. Like, they'll hit us up
over the same like, subject. And it's just like,
what the hell?
I don't understand it. I don't get it. And then you have, people who... I don't know. Do I want to go into the subject?
Yes, you want to.
Which one?
She's like, there's more than one tea.
Because I have the luck to pick idiots. Like, just people who pretty much are, like, full of themselves. Like, they come off as these people who are, like, really cool and genuine. And I'm very, like, on that. I like cool people. So, people I can just communicate with. So, I've had, like, occasions where, example, this guy had hit me up. I've known him for, like, ever. He hit me up out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm interested. I vibe with you. Cool, whatever. He ends up, like, following for months. Like, I like you. Like, I kind of want to be with you, but I'm not sure. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, so there's something going on. So when I would address it, like, hey, like, so what are we? Or, like, what's going on? Or, like, vocal me in here. He's like, I don't know. I'm just like,
where is this coming from?
Where is this coming from? Like, why would you ask me? Like, it was basically like, I'm giving you mixed signals. I know this, but I'm not going to address it because I just don't want to yet. Yeah. So I'm wasting my time. So it's just like, and it's always like, the people who claim like, I'm not a fuckboy are gonna basically fucking play you and be like, I'm wasting your time, sorry. And I went through that, and it was just like,
It's like annoying, and it's just like they're not setting like their
and then they're the ones
out there,
they're
and
the
it's
ones,
wasting your time.
Yeah, and then they bitch
energy.
like, why can't I find a girlfriend, or like, why can't I do this?
Yeah, they'll bitch about that. Yeah,
you wonder why, because it's like you're not letting people learn about you, and you're just playing girls and like having sex with them, and it's just like, for what? Your ego, like. You're getting bruised at the end of the day because you have no one and you're complaining. So it's just like, whatever.
You're going to end up alone if you continue the way you do.
Exactly. Like, fuckboys have the habit of just being like, oh, like, I'm going to talk to multiple people, complain that I'm sad and lonely, and I have no one. And then when a girl actually comes and likes them, it's just like, oh, like, I wasn't actually interested. Like, sorry, just kidding. And it's just like, it's fuckboy behavior, and now I'm familiar with it. So it's just like, once you put red flags, it's just like, gotta go.
Okay, yeah.
Gotta go, guys. Gotta go.
So, do you honestly believe that it's attractive when men are vulnerable, or is there such a thing as men being too vulnerable? I think it goes back to like, being soft,
too
and
soft or too
soft.
masculine.
Yeah. So, have you guys dealt with any guys that are maybe where?
I have. I was talking to someone, kind of.
Like sort of, yeah.
Sort of, and it was cool, but he was very, very, very vulnerable, and it was like very, very fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like within like the 3 weeks or whatever, like he was already like, you know, like
sorry,
just like expressing himself like too much, like as in like
it
wanted to
cool.
be with you, or
yeah, like you know, like he said, I love you too fast. Like I don't know if it was in the heat of the moment. Yeah, but it was just like, you know, it kind of like...
It's cool to express your feelings, don't get me wrong, but it's like also you don't want to express them so quickly to the point where it's just like, you don't know about the other person yet.
Exactly.
So what if that freaks them out? You should talk to them before you just pretty much, I don't know. I'm big on communication.
Because I wasn't very... It was only, like 2 months, maybe less. I wasn't very open with him. I'm like...
She was shut the hell down. She was just like...
like I had a wall. I... You know, and then there's like other problems as well. Yeah. So it's just like he was cool or whatever, but I wasn't open with him about a lot of things. Yeah. So for him to like...
say something that strong, like you don't even really...
It was... I don't know, like...
For him to, I think it's like for him to say something that strong, he doesn't even really know. Like you were saying, like you didn't.
But then again, I feel like it all comes down to like the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
It was just the heat.
Like if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you know to move past it and not dwell from it. So.
Okay. All right. So the next one is men have friends, right? So have you guys ever experienced where you were hanging out with them? Have you ever had an experience where you dated a guy or hung out with a guy and he kind of like switched his personality right in front of his friends, or no?
Yeah, they need to fucking grow up.
Like straight up.
Yeah. They still, so I haven't met someone who actually does that now, but I think a lot in high school.
I have now. Yeah, like my ex, he used to do that a lot when he was with his friends. Like we would all hang out, and when he was with his friends, he was like this like, you know, guy or whatever. Like, you know, he wouldn't like...
behind closed doors, like, dude.
Yeah.
He was just totally different.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, whatever.
I'm gonna just say it too, like, they all talk shit about each other anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
they would, they would talk shit about their friends, and it's like,
okay, I hate my friends, and it's like, okay, like, I get it, and then 5 minutes later, such and such hit me up, I'm gonna go, and I'm like,
okay. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like,
you just told me you didn't like him. Yeah. Like, okay, cool. I guess, like, I don't really do it.
That's very true.
Okay, so the next one is, often men like to think that we complain too much. Do you think that men complain as much as women?
Fuck yeah.
I think I agree because I feel like they have a lot. I mean, I think, I believe that men have like standards. And they have like a certain extent what they want, as in like for women. And if there's like this and they complain about what they don't have and what they do have. I don't know. That's like an experience like I have
that you had?
Yeah, so have you guys...
I had that too. Yeah. Where like he just complains about like, well, they had it easy because they got everything handed. Who gives a fuck about them? Like, you're doing you. Like, focus on you. Why you keep complaining about it?
Yeah,
like,
I feel like they do that to, like, compare their other lives to other people. And they're not living the life that they are right now. Yeah. So that's I mean, they're fucked up.
They're pretty much just upset with themselves. So it's just like they have to gang up on someone to complain about. Or complain about things in general. But yeah.
I do, but the question is, like, what, like... we complain, or they complain just as much as us.
I don't think I complain too much.
I
and you stop acting stupid. That
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think women complain about things that
common sense shit. Because dudes don't have common sense. I'm still trying to figure out why they don't. I don't know if common sense lacks in the womb
I think
of some
men
sort.
just mature different and at their own, you know, like.
Even the older ones don't have it together, and it's just like seriously, like okay.
I think some are.
Some dudes do.
I think some guys are too mature. I've met a guy he's like really mature. Like he's into like building his life, you know, because he wants a wife and like kids, but in the future.
Yeah.
You know, and then he's like one of the maturest guys. He doesn't complain. Like he's just like, why are you complaining? He's told me when I've complained, he's like, why are you complaining? Like get your shit together. Go look for a job. Go to school. Like go do this. Go that. You know, and it's like, oh, like okay, from like coming from a guy telling me this, I'm just like, oh, damn, like you know.
Yeah.
So I think, and he's my age.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, like I think it just depends, like how they're brought into.
How they're brought up in family. I think that plays a big role.
Mm-hmm. And then, do you guys believe that, I mean, of course, there are double standards. So, like, one double standards I know, like, is, like, women's are seen as slut. Like, if we sleep around with people, we're seen as slut. But for men, it's like, it's nothing. It's like a bro dude.
Yeah, like, wow, you're cool, bro.
Yeah. I think they find hoes that are dudes. Like, you're a hoe? Like, what the
like straight up like tell them. But do you guys have heard the other double standards, or maybe there was another double standard wasn't mentioned, or do you guys think that maybe that one was just more that stood out to you the most?
I think is there another one, like anything? No, I think that's the one that like everybody
like it's so like common like thing they're going on. Do you guys believe that like it shouldn't be like seen as that, and like it shouldn't even be a double standards? Because it's, I mean, like if you think about it, it's still like that right now.
It is, but honestly, like there's no reason for it. I think women have their needs, and if you're single, like obviously,
but be safe. Don't be stupid.
I think women should also, like, there's a difference. Like there's a difference. Like some women could be dumb and just sleep around with just any dude, and it's like, no, dude, like don't do that. Like make sure you kind of know that person, or like you guys have
at least have something in common.
Yeah,
I know there's girls out there who just open their legs to pretty much anyone, or just and I feel like if you're doing that and not being safe and like responsible to things, then you know.
But you know, if a girl, if you're single, I think it like why is it okay?
You're single enjoying yourself.
Yeah, why can't men do it, but you know women
can do it? Yeah, exactly.
Like why can't we do it too? Like we're not doing nothing wrong. I mean, if you're doing it, you know, safely with someone you kind of know.
If you're being safe and responsible, there should be no reason to talk shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah, totally agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the next one is how important is it for men to have good hygiene? With you, what is one thing that like you guys found disgusting when meeting a man, a guy that you date? Their breath.
Oh my god.
When they spit.
Oh.
Why is it necessary?
Oh, when they like.
Do you not swallow your saliva?
When they like touch their balls, like they're just, you know, like when they just.
Oh yeah. They scratch their area.
Why are you doing that?
My friend does don't. Stop. Take me home now.
Can
I think spitting is. I think just don't do it. Just don't swallow your saliva. Drink some water. Like it's gross, and then they make the noise. It's not necessary.
Do you guys still deal with that? Like, oh wait, sorry. So you guys still deal with that, like from dating people, or not no more? Oh, not date, but like
dudes.
Yeah.
No. Well.
I don't know. We haven't like really.
It's been like a while.
We're not out there with dudes. Like we'll have conversations, but to go out with them, it takes like a lot. I think we've been in that mindset where it's just like you gotta prove a lot for me to go out.
Like one-on-one, I'll go out with the dude, but with the friends. Like,
we're all hanging out.
We're all just us. It's not like
but it's not like just me and him where we've only talked for like, I don't know. I know people do that where they just talk for like a week or like a month, and then they like go on a date. And it's just
we're not necessarily dating.
So, like, it's just weird.
We dealt with enough people to be like,
like you just had enough, break from it. Totally. Yeah. So men get away with a lot of things, like many things. So what is something that bugs the crap out of you that men do that women can't, or maybe what men do? Not what women can't. Sorry, I worded it weird. But
like in my family,
mm-hmm.
I hated the fact that my brother could do anything. Like my older brother.
What are siblings? I don't know.
Okay, like my brother was fine. Like he had a girlfriend, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, they're still together, and she was able to like sleep over and like be at the house, and you know.
That's right, you couldn't.
And I'm not saying I want to, but when I did have a boyfriend, like I couldn't do that.
Like, do the same.
If he were to get drunk at my house, he had to sleep in the living room.
Oh yeah,
you know, and it's like okay, but like my brother was able to like
do that.
Like close doors with his girlfriend, and you know, like what's the difference? Like there's no difference. The chick could get pregnant. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Like he's still gonna have to take responsibility. Yeah, I could get pregnant, but I mean like. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's literally the same thing.
So it's like really frustrating. Yeah.
So it's like that. I hate that. That's one of the things I hate.
What about you? Was there anything like bite the crap out of you about that?
Yeah, I think the same idea that she has.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's just like guys always have the privilege to do whatever.
Yeah, like they're like, oh,
literally.
he's a guy.
He's a guy,
so it's fine.
Yeah.
They could stay out late because it's fine. Like,
and then
but it wasn't
sometimes
like that.
it's just like, well, where it'll be like 12:30. Like, where are you at? Like, why aren't you home? And it's just like, what do you mean?
Or like you go. I'm having this problem with my mom where like if I go to the gym at like 1, 2 in the morning, I'm automatically going out with a guy.
Really?
And it's like, okay, but if my brother would have done that, it's like, okay, mijo, vas a ir al gimnasio.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Me llamas cuando estás en la casa.
Like, what the
fuck? Do you hear yourself, ma'am?
So the next one is so do you believe it's important for a man to have a good relationship with their mom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a turn on.
Yeah.
The fuck boys don't have a good relationship with their mom.
So, but there's actually some guys that are kind of clingy with their mom, or like they're kind of too much with their mom. Have you guys dealt with a guy like that, or maybe not like dated a guy, but have seen that as in like your friends or something?
I haven't necessarily.
I've been lucky. Well, besides one person, they've all had like a good relationship with their mom, which is really important because I'm very family oriented. Mm-hmm. I'm close with my family as it is, so it's like once you start dating me, like. You're gonna know everyone little by little. Like, I don't even mean it to do it on purpose. It's just like my family is literally with me all the time, so it's just like you're gonna come automatically in the family. So it's important for me because it's just like who you surround yourself with in your family is who you are, like who you're gonna end up to be, who made you learn what to do and what not to do. So it's like you get a perspective of what they grew up with, how they grew up and stuff like that. So it's like if I'm dating you, I want to learn about you. So obviously I'm gonna want you to have a good relationship with your family or like your mom. You know what I mean? But if you're too clingy with your mom,
what your mom does everything for you, or like
you have the dependability of your mom, and you're just like, oh, she's gonna wash my clothes, or like, oh, where's the food, and it's like you have 2 hands, 2 feet. Why don't you do that shit by yourself?
It. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, cause like my ex-boyfriend, like, well, this is like in high school. It's different now because I'm an adult. But in high school, he loved Justin Bieber. So and he loved the One Direction. I know there's so much tea, but he would take his mom. Like, he wouldn't go with like anybody else, but he would go with his mom to see like One Direction, Justin Bieber. Like they would have like same merch and like matching, or they would go like. I mean,
That's a dope mom.
But it's
I mean, like you
weird.
You know, and then it's just like
you go to concerts with your friends.
Like, you know, but I mean, I don't know. And then like they got matching watches together.
Okay, that's too much.
And
it was cool.
Like,
they brought the watches out.
Yeah. Like they did like a lot of things together. I mean, I know they went like a mother and son like day, and they went like it was like a weekend, and it was just them two, and I don't know where they went. I didn't like. I mean, I was like, I don't know. I mean, it was just weird. It's just like, I mean, I get it. Like, it's cool to go shopping.
You're not being a hater. It's just like
I don't know.
Like, it's just too much, honestly. That's just too much.
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know.
But I don't have to.
To do like matching together, but you know, that's the tea. But anyways, so do you guys believe men use their previous bad experience in relationship to get away with certain things?
Yes, that's the excuse why they don't have girlfriends. It's just like, oh, my ex did this, or I had this one girl who did this. It's like, I don't really care.
Or you're talking to him. and then you do something that his ex did, and then they want to like get mad at you for it, and it's like, well, that was your ex.
That's not like I'm
a whole new ass person.
Yeah. You're not over it.
No,
like you shouldn't start anything.
Like try talking to people because it's like you're kind of taking out your bad experiences to other people.
Yeah, definitely.
No, totally agree.
Yeah, like if I had a guy, I was talking to this guy, and I'm guessing like his ex would have like a guy best friend, and they ended up like hooking up, I guess. And so then when I went out with a guy that was my friend, he has a girlfriend. I went out with him to eat, and then I told him, he's like, oh, he got all like, that's weird. And I'm like, how is that weird? Like, he's literally like my friend. And he's he just got weird and he hung up on me, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, what's wrong?
Like, what the fuck?
And then he's like, no, it's just, my ex. And I'm just like, dude, like, if you're not over your ex.
If you're not over your ex and you're still feeling some type of way and you're still insecure about it, I think you need to honestly learn how to be by yourself and then grow from that experience. So when a new one comes in, you know what to expect, and you already learned and you're ready for a new experience. Like, But guys are weird.
So the next one is, do you hate when men give you mixed signals or they don't communicate properly?
Yes.
And what does genuinely mean when men constantly struggle with this? Like, if you honestly like see a guy giving you mixed signals.
Communication is key.
Yes, I think so.
It took me forever to learn that, and finally I learned communication is key.
I've never
how
really
hard
had,
conversation is.
I've never had to deal with that because I'm when I'm talking to a guy, I like to know what's going on.
Yes.
Like, after it's been, like, a month or, like, 2 months, it's like, okay, dude, like, hey, like, what's going on? What do you want with me? Like, do you want to, like, talk to me, get to know me, and then, like...
That's another subject, too. Like, if you're gonna talk to a girl, I think you should be prepared for that question to come up.
Yeah.
Don't act like, oh, my God, like, where is this coming from?
Exactly.
When you're talking to a person so consistently or so, like, here and there... Don't question to where it's just like, why do you want to talk about this? Like, I don't even know the answer. That's something you have to think about because that question is eventually going to come up.
So I feel like,
I also think a guy should be straight up and not be scared to hurt the girl's feelings. If I'm asking you, like, what do you want? I expect him to be like, okay, you know what? I just want sex.
Yeah.
Or I'm just like, I just want to talk to you. Like, just talk to you, but nothing serious. Okay, cool. Or, like, I'm getting to know you. Okay, cool. Just let us know. Like,
because sometimes they tend to hide behind the bush and they just don't tell you.
Yeah, and then they keep dragging that on and on. And it's just like, that's not, one, healthy for the person who you're communicating with.
Exactly.
And two, it's just like, it sets you with the reputation where you're going to do that as a natural habit with every other person.
Exactly.
And it's just like, you're never going to grow up learning how to communicate. And when you don't have that, you're fucked. Like, and if you haven't caught on to that, by this time, like, learning how to communicate with people, even if it's just friends, you're gonna be fucked because, like I said, communication is key. Like,
everything, exactly.
Just be straightforward, straight up. Don't act stupid when the question comes up, like, literally, because...
Grow the fuck up.
Like, don't be scared of feelings. Like, handle the shit, and then if she's not what you like, just be like, hey, like, I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Cool. Move forward. It's like, okay, it doesn't make us feel like, oh, okay, like, what did I do wrong? It doesn't make the person second guess itself. Because if you're just straight up, it's just like, okay, cool, like, she gets it. Like, I get to move on.
Like, I get it. I could go to, go on to the next and
you're adults. Like, everyone claims to be adults, but when real shit happens, no one wants to communicate or speak the fuck up. And it's like, okay, all of a sudden, everyone's tweets are being like, I'm a grown-ass person. I can da-da-da. Where are you at now? Like, all of a sudden. So it's just like, I feel like people really need to grow the fuck up, honestly.
No, but it's true. Like, you see these kinds of tweets, and they're just like, "Oh no, I do this, and like, I'm this, I'm that." But then when it comes down to it,
you're just like,
"Shut the
fuck
up,
dude, not like that." Like,
it doesn't make any. I don't know. It's just, I hate people.
So the next one is, I think we could all agree that it's important to have a path set out. How is it important for a man who knows what he wants, in your point of view?
It's cool. It's it's very like, wow.
I think it kind of like essential, like, oh, you're mature, like like you know what you want, like, all right then, like I know what I want.
It's like that one guy that I was telling you about, like he's very like he knows what he wants and he's doing it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Nothing is like getting in his way.
Yeah,
and it's like that.
There's nothing wrong not knowing what you want to do either, because I don't think at the end of the day anyone knows
exactly what they're doing.
So it's just like, okay, cool. But if you have an idea and you have goals and you talk about those goals and like, I want to do this, I want to do that, or I'm doing this, and
you're doing something about it.
Exactly.
Wow. But if you're just talking up your ass,
I've dealt with people who are just talking and it's just like, and then they still complain like, why am I still in this shitty place, blah blah blah, and it's just like, you're not doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, you have like, hello. So you can see the difference between people who are mature and who aren't, because people who are mature set goals and do them. They're like, okay, cool, like they have it going.
By this time I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, cool. It's like, that's awesome. And then you have the people who are just like, yeah, I want to do this, but haven't started it. And it's just like, okay. And then I think that's where confidence comes in, because if you don't have it, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah, like you're not gonna get nothing out of it.
Yeah,
you're totally right.
But that's very important.
Yeah, that's important. It's cool. It's not that important, but it's pretty important. Like, it's cool if you have it. If you don't, then
just like an idea of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
just
like I said, like,
not like for sure, but it's just like at least you have an idea of it.
If you're starting, things out of your ass, but if you're still like at home, like sitting on your ass playing video games,
and not
get your ass fucking moving, stop complaining, do something.
Exactly. So the next one is, what are some complaints that you want to get off your chest that was not mentioned, or any questions about your problems that you have with men?
Why do guys have no common sense? Literally.
Oh no,
like,
I
literally. I will look, literally, they have no common sense. It'll be one of those.
That's my bad.
I
had a question there, I think.
Like, I'm pulling it out.
Like, I don't know. I just don't understand dudes' brains. Like, it could be simple things. Like, I'm hungry. Oh, well, you should eat. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, I'm starving. If a guy told me, like, I'm hungry, I'd be like, oh, like, what are you gonna eat? Like, have you ate today? Like, I'm interested in, like, in just a simple, like, I'm hungry. And for a dude, it's just like, oh, like, that sucks. You should eat something. Like, no shit. Like,
no fucking.
No shit. I should fucking eat. I'm gonna go fucking do that. It was nice talking to you. Like, just, but they have no fucking common sense. Like, why are you mad? Or, like, why are you sad? And it's just like, where do I start? Like, you're not asking, like, actual questions. You're asking the obvious. And it's just like, it's like me asking you, why are you mad? Why the fuck would you ask? Like, you know I'm mad. Talk to them. Or just, like, if you literally don't know, break down the fucking steps of what the fuck you said or what you did.
What you did,
Or, like, what happened that day. And then be like, okay, like, let me guess. Let me, like, ask questions. If not, just be like, hey, like, I don't understand why you're mad right now. Can you please explain to me? And then I'll probably be like, you're so fucking stupid. But I will explain to you. You know what I mean?
No, but I hate it when you, like, already tell them and they still don't
get it.
Yeah, I'm like,
a long ass paragraph? What do you mean? Like,
I know what you mean. Like, I literally just told you,
Just forget it.
You can, like, write it, like, on a piece of paper, text them, on the phone with them, or you're up in, like close and personal with them, and they still don't get it. I mean, that's just me. That's just my experience.
Sense. Like, literally, I've had that too. Why don't you have common sense? Please message me why you don't have common sense. Like, write me a long paragraph and explain to me why there's no common sense, and I'll be like, oh, okay. But
I think it goes back to the fact that, like, men mature differently than us, so they see things.
That's like it differently,
They see.
Well, I've got fucking idiots, because none of the idiots I've talked to have no fucking common sense.
Yeah, maybe.
Sadly, like, Jesus Christ.
Like, we're the ones with the brains. But yeah. Oh, was there a question you wanted to ask that you had on your?
What's your question? Oh, boo.
Boo! I know.
We kind of covered it. It said, "Why can't guys be straight up?" But I mean, it goes
idiots.
I mean, it's like they always hide behind the bush, and they're just I just don't know why. It's just like I don't know why they expect the woman to come forward.
Always. Question.
Oh yeah, the team.
Why can't we be friends with the opposite sex?
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god, there was so much tea. Okay, so there's so much tea. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Because like in high school, okay, so like I was like with my boyfriend. I was like with my boyfriend at the time, and then I had my guy best friend.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know how many rumors, like even my own best friend that I know since in elementary school said that I had an affair with my, and she told like everybody. I don't want to say her name.
Yeah, no.
Turn off the camera. Say her name.
Pause it real quick.
That's the tea. But honestly, like she would like go and say like, oh, you know, like she like fucked him and blah 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 and this and that, and I found it so confusing. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to hook you up with the guy that's my best friend. So I'm like so confused. And then I went back to her and I told her, I'm like, dude, like I heard about the tea. Like you're spreading like rumors about me. Like what the fuck? And then she was just like, no, that's not me. And then I go,
that's
really?
Not me?
You know what I'm saying? Because I told her, I'm like, really? So I had the friend that told her that. So I told her, I'm like, well, she told me that you said that shit. Like she's like right behind me, and I pulled her, and then I go, she's the one that told me that you said this. She's like, yeah, I did say that. I'm like, I didn't have sex. So I'm like, you're so fucked up, and she's just like, I just thought that you guys had sex. I'm like, you just thought that we had sex? Thought? Yeah, but I mean, that's me. But what about you guys? Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
I honestly don't understand.
I can't be friends with opposite sex. I can't. Because they end up like liking me.
Me too.
And I was like,
I don't know about mine. Because mine, I think kind of did, but I'm not too sure to this day. Like, he would get jealous. Well, he's behind the camera, but they would get jealous of like us holding hands. And like he would be like, oh, like I can't believe they're holding hands, and so annoyed. Or like he would like get me things, or he would try to take me home. I mean, I was just like fine by that, but then I was getting kind of hints like, oh, I think he's liking me, but I'm not too sure. I don't know.
No, but I've never been successfully been able to have just a friendship. No, that's a lie, because in high school I did.
No, you did.
I did. But then there was nothing. There was nothing there like ever. It was just like, oh my god, dude. Like guess what? Like there was no feelings. There was no nothing, and I liked that like friendship. But then it went left because shit just got weird after senior year. But that was really cool. But I've always had the luck where it's just like we can be friends, and I'm like, okay, cool. I want to be your friend. I don't want to be nothing else. Like you seem really, really rad. And then it's like, oh, I have feelings for you, like, and I'm just like, I'm not your friend anymore. Sorry, like,
that just happened to me too.
It just happens, like,
like I was trying to be there for someone.
Yeah.
And
like I was just trying.
I was being nice.
Like I've known him since high school, and like I know he has his issues, and recently, like I was just trying to be there for him, and should I even say this?
I don't care.
I
don't know.
And then, I invite him to a party, and then, I was like, he disappears, so I was like, hey, where are you? And then, he's like, oh, I'm outside, like, up front. So I go, I was like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, he was telling me, like, he was actually venting out, so I was like, cool, And then he just kisses me. And I'm just like,
oh, fuck.
Oh, okay. And then I just tried to leave. I ignored it kind of thing. Like, I didn't want to say nothing because he was already feeling like shit. He's drunk, and then I'm drunk, and I'm just like, okay. So then I just go back to the party, and then, I end up getting drunk, and I just fell asleep. And then he, like, now he's just being annoying.
Oh, it's just, like, bothering you.
Yeah, and it's just like...
Like, what did that kiss meant? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, he's just like, I have mixed feelings.
She told me, and I was like...
It literally came out of nowhere.
What?
Like there was, we've never.
She's like, we're friends. Like he's cool, and I'm like, what? Okay. And she's like, this happened, and I was like, so confused.
Me too.
I didn't go to the party, and I was like, how did that? What the?
Like what? Like you didn't give him any signals of like it was more than that.
Nothing. We've never had a conversation. Like nothing. There was nothing.
That's why I was so confused, because I was like, I don't understand how that would come about, but okay, like
it was just weird.
It's just like a weird situation.
And then also like in middle school, I also had a friend, and then he kind of started liking me, and then it was weird. But I mean, now we're cool. But that in high school too, I was really close to this guy. Well, at least I thought like we were cool. I saw him like as a brother, and then rumors were going around like he liked me. And I had to confront him, like, hey, dude, like, like, I really like you as a friend. And that was it.
Yeah, that's my luck all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just be like, oh, that's shirt. And they're like, I love you. And it's like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. It's always happening like that. It's always happening like that. I always tell her, I'm like, oh, cool, like, me and such are friends, and then they just look at me. I'm like, yeah, I know they're gonna end up liking me. Like that's weird because I have conversations with people, and I'm not like the average thinker. So when I speak to people, they're very like, wow, like very impressed. Like I'm like, okay, cool. So they like my way of thinking of some sort, or they like the way I do something, and then they end up catching this feeling. And I always tell them before, I'm like, I have this thing where dudes end up liking me. I go, so if that happens, it's weird.
But I mean, you're not giving out the, like, the
I don't give no
like,
hints.
nothing.
I don't give, like, nothing.
Exactly.
I'm being a genuine nice person. And I think that's where nice people
Yeah.
lack.
Yeah.
So when you're nice to someone, it's just like, oh, like, this person's nice. Like, what does that mean? She likes me. That's what guys need to learn, too, the difference of a girl being nice and flirtatious.
Yes,
There's
exactly.
two totally different, like, things. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Just because I put a, like, nice jacket on your photo, that doesn't mean, like, nice face, you're cute, like let's
hang out, let's go do something.
Like I had it happen to me where I commented on a dude's photo and I was like, oh, nice jacket, and then like a month later he was like, oh, you're cute, I don't know what, and I'm like,
I just said nice jacket.
Like,
I didn't say like, hey, hit me up.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Don't.
Like, okay, cool.
And I was just like, okay, like I was being nice, like I genuinely like your jacket, and he's like, yeah, like my jacket's cool, like you're cute.
Let's talk about the jacket.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I was just sitting there like,
Dude, the best.
stop, like I'm good, thank you though.
Yeah.
So this is actually our last question, but what is advice you would give out to about men?
Avoid men.
About men, or like maybe your younger self, or any other girls that are like dating men and stuff, or men.
My younger self, I would give myself an advice. I would say don't settle for the first guy that like talks to you, type of thing for me. And don't freaking take shit from men either. Because I feel like, I think we've all taken a lot from men and dealt with
I think that, like, well, I mean, for me, it's just, like, I feel like you're too vulnerable. I don't know, it's just, like, I guess I was, like, influenced by, like movies and, like, things that, like, you heard, like, going to high school and stuff, and you get into high school, it's, like, something completely
different.
Totally different, and I feel like you're so vulnerable, and you're in that state, so it's, like, I mean, for me, like, I think I, like, took all, like a crap from a guy and stuff, and it's just, I feel like women should know that too, like what you're saying, advice about like don't take crap from men, like at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think there's always that one person that teaches you like don't take a lot of crap from a certain someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I feel like everyone has that one person that's just like, oh, like yeah, like you make excuses for the person, and then later you learn like he wasn't shit. What the fuck?
like
I wasted how many like months and years? So it's just like I don't know. You just my advice is just don't. Okay, my advice to myself would be don't be so cold-hearted with people or an asshole, because I was like that for years. Years, I was very like, I don't care, like what the fuck, like okay, that's your shit. And I was very like to myself, and then that's when I didn't really like genuinely open up to people, dudes in particular, to about like last year maybe. And then the first dude I was like, okay, like let's try it, ended up fucking just ruining my life, and I was like, okay, like
like okay, dude.
Like I told her, I was like, this was the first boy I was actually nice to, and he ended up being a total fucking fuckboy, and I was like, do I go back to being an asshole? She's like, no, like whatever. So it's just like, just don't be my younger self, don't be a fucking asshole. Like there's no need, like, and don't be so like, don't make an excuse for people. That's what I used to do a lot. I used to do that a lot, like, you guys don't know you. And I was like, no, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know him. Like, what the fuck? Slap myself real quick. But now, just like, but advice in general, just do what makes you happy. Don't listen to other people. Like, I know that's a big issue for girls right now. Where it's just like, oh, well, my friend thinks he's this, my friend thinks he's that. And it's just like, is your friend fucking him? No. Is your friend going on? No. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's also big too. Like, if your friends always have like the best benefit for you. Like, they're always hanging out, but at the end of the day, it's like,
there's some tea about that.
We should make one about friends.
And no, we actually are. But no, that'll be a good one.
I got some tea for that one.
But
my tongue thinking about it. It's just like do what makes you happy at the end of the day. Like don't settle. I think
don't settle. That's the number one thing. Don't fucking settle.
Yeah, you know, a right person's gonna come. He's gonna treat you specifically. You just don't know how to drink water to him. He's gonna treat you specifically how you want to be treated, and it's just like there is a. Not I don't want to use the word perfect because no one's perfect, but there is a certain person that connects you a certain way.
Better. It's just you haven't met that person.
You haven't met that person. Yeah. You're gonna be like, oh, I complain about this person so much. When you meet the correct person, you're not gonna complain.
Yeah,
literally.
Exactly.
Like that's why I see it. Like when you meet a correct person, like you're not gonna be like such in a bad mood with them. Everything's just gonna flow the way it should, and it's just like you have to be patient. That's all I can say. It's just don't settle too quickly. Don't be an asshole. Be an asshole when you need to with certain guys.
With certain guys, yeah.
Yeah, and just know who to be nice to and not to be nice to.
Yep.
All right, you guys, that is all for today. I wanted to thank Yesenia and Rebecca. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you.
How was your guys' experience in spilling some tea about men?
To be here.
This is therapeutic.
I was watching you and I'm just like, oh my god, I want to sit there. I want to sit there and just grab
Like, that's going to be me one day.
That's gonna be me one day. But yeah, it's fun. I like being here.
Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. That is it, you guys. And this is Across the Tongue signing off. Bye, you guys.